Hello guys, this is me, Daniel96, back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 3 tips of the 2025 AFL season. And so just like that, round 2 is complete. A very interesting round to say the least. Many results I was not expecting. Overall I got 5 out of 8 tips correct, but there were just some results that I just weren't expecting at all in terms of just their results. And starting with the first one, the Hawks got it done, and Carlton in trouble. Collingwood get it done in a very, very controversial game. I could say the Bulldogs were kind of robbed. 33-14 free kicks, that's absurd. And down here the Crows absolutely destroyed Essendon in a very high scoring game. Those scorelines I could not imagine. Port get it done against Richmond. St Kilda somehow after the week they had, get it done against Geelong in an upset. And then just down here, Brisbane got the win against West Coast, but they were behind and had to come back. And then down here North somehow win, huge, and who knows, they could be back. And then Freo just lose against Sydney after leading for most of the game. This round just had it all, and yeah, I don't know what to say. And now you can see the predicted margins versus the actual margins, and you can see we got close on some of them as per usual, and then there were some that were just a bit off, most likely due to the tip being incorrect. But yeah, that's basically sums up round 2. A very tough week, but now we move on to round 3. And so round 3, here we are. You can see the ladder on the right. It's a bit skewed because Hawthorn have played 3 games, whereas Gold Coast have only played 1. So it's not quite even completely, but we're starting to get some idea on what it's shaping up to be. But this first game is definitely going to be a very crucial one for both of these teams. So let's get into it. It's between Essendon versus Port Adelaide, playing at Marvel Stadium on the Thursday night, and this is going to be very crucial for both of these teams. I'm calling this game as the game that whoever wins avoids media scrutiny, because both of them had some scrutiny, particularly Port in round 1 and Essendon recently with round 2, and yeah, this is going to be one to watch. Port had a very good win against Richmond. They needed it finally, and they got it. It was good enough. They will take that against Richmond, who did win their last game. But yeah, 72-point win is good, what they needed. And Essendon, meantime, still have not won a game. They looked promising in the preseason, but many red flags are showing. The only one that's playing well on their team is Zach Merritt, but yeah, they have problems. In saying that this game might be a refresher for them, they need to bounce back, and they're at Marvel for the first time this year, so they might have that chance to boost their hopes. And Port have an important task of winning these games. This is just a must-win for them. They just can't afford to drop these, otherwise all the conversations will be about them. So this is a tough one to tip, because really I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this game. Anything can happen, and yeah, it's a good way to start off the round in a big clash like this. But I am going to tip Port to win this one. They had a convincing win last week. You would think maybe they get the slight advantage in this game, but who knows? We've seen a lot of things in the past 2 rounds. So yeah, I'm tipping Port to win by 10 points, and I'm ranking this game an 83. Now looking at the Friday night game, and this one seems to be also another interesting game, and very consequential, I reckon, for both these teams. Very similar to the one above, but this one has a lot riding. It's between Carlton and the Western Bulldogs, playing on the Friday nights at Marvel, and yeah, another game where all eyes will be on. Carlton, they have problems. I know they've lost their past 2 games, but overall in the past 15 games that they've played, they've only won a very few amount, and yeah, they haven't been at their best since the first half of last year. So that is very concerning, and this game will come crucial for them as they're at Marvel for the first time this year, and they're up against the Bulldogs, who, as I said, I think were robbed last game. The Bulldogs played really well against the Pies after the week that they had. I mean, they looked fairly decent, and yeah, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't win, but the free kicks didn't help. So I guess it's an honourable loss, but one that they could have gotten. And they just now needed to focus on getting this win again. And yeah, it is a big chance. The odds are mostly on Carlton here. I don't know if it's just because I'm early, but it might change towards the Bulldogs' favour, I'm guessing. I could see this more being in Bulldogs' favour, since they did play that in round 1, so they do have a bit of more experience. But for some reason, I just can't, like, I just think that this game won't go in Carlton's way. And I think they will get a 0-3 start, which will be very concerning. Because, I think the Bulldogs could get this win, and that is where my tip is going to go. It's going to be an interesting clash. As I said, anything can happen. But I am going to tip the Bulldogs to get this win, to get them to 2 wins, and for Carlton to have problems. And yeah, I think the Bulldogs will win by 26 points. And I'm ranking this game an 81. Now look at the Saturday games. There's 4 of them. Last week we only had 3, but yeah, there's a bit of compensation with one of those games, which we'll get into. But starting with this first one, and this one is, I would say, a 50-50 game. I mean, I just don't know what to get up from this, and it's probably because the games played is uneven, but yeah, it's between Melbourne and Gold Coast, playing at the MCG on this Saturday afternoon, and yeah, well, this will be a big test. Melbourne were disappointing last game. I thought they could have bounced back, but they didn't, and yeah, now I guess some concerns are starting to rise for them. I thought they could have won last game, but they couldn't get there. And as for Gold Coast, they only played 1 game, so it's hard to judge where they're at, but as I said, they do look good. They definitely looked really well against West Coast when they played at Optus, but then they had the bye, so they just haven't played in some time. But this is another away game for them. This will be interesting to see how they handle it, because last year they didn't win many away games, and they've already won 1. So this is another test for them. I think for tipping this game, this is going to be really hard. It's 50-50 really. I could see it going both ways, but I don't know, I really want to tip the Gold Coast, because honestly, I think they have the better chance of winning this game. But I'm going to tip Melbourne for this one. I think they'll bounce back and finally get themselves a win. It will be a close game, I reckon. It will definitely be a close game, but it will be one to watch. I think Melbourne could bounce back and yeah, get their first win, and I'm predicting the margin to be 12 points in their favour, and I'm rating this game a 75. Now looking down, and we have the Saturday twilight game here, and this one's probably I'd say probably one-sided. I don't know though. I mean, I think it's one-sided. Let's have a look. It's between St Kilda and Richmond, playing at Marvel Stadium, and yeah, I think we can expect one winner for this one. I'm talking about the Saints. They looked really impressive last game, and I was just really surprised to see how ahead they were. They did concede many goals in the end, and Geelong almost came back, but the way they held on was great. And up against Richmond, who did lose their first game against Port, they got thumped by 72 points. They just didn't look too in it. Obviously, they have some young players in the side, and playing in Adelaide is not easy. But they're back in Melbourne, so yeah, this will be, I guess, a chance for them to maybe pull off a massive upset against the Saints. Will that happen though? It's probably, I would say, unlikely. The odds, I would say, are pretty accurate in this game. I mean, the way the Saints played, if the Saints beat Geelong, that was just convincing enough for me, and yeah, they look really good. They're back at that ground again, and I think there'll be problems for Richmond again, and yeah, I think they'll just consequently lose this game. So yeah, this tip is fairly short, but yeah, I have to tip the Saints for this one. I think they looked really good last week. They showed it. I honestly predicted them to not get many wins this year, but if they get this win, they'll look pretty good so far. So yeah, this is just a must win for them. So yeah, I'm predicting the Saints to win by 40 points, and I'm rating this game at 70. Now looking at the first Saturday night game, there's two of them. There's two Saturday night games, and the first one we'll look at is between Hawthorn and GWS playing in Launceston, and this is, I think, more even than what we think. The odds are showing 81% to Hawthorn, and understandably, I mean, Hawthorn have won their last 3 games, and very convincing games, I would say. They beat Carlton, Essendon, and Sydney, who might not be necessarily at the top in terms of who they're versed, but they play really well and they're showing it, and they look threatening for this game. And as for the Giants, well, they had a bye last week, so they didn't play, but their last game was against Melbourne, who they just got over the line, and obviously Collingwood, who they destroyed. So don't have much to say for the Giants. We don't know what to expect, but they should put up a fight for this one. And yeah, but honestly, when these two teams play, it has been fairly close margins and fairly good games to watch, and especially at Launceston. So I do expect this game to be a really close one, I reckon. I think it will be a pretty even match. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough week to tip, because yeah, this one I could get wrong as well. But yeah, for this game, I'm probably going to stick with the safe bet. I mean, Hawthorn have won 3 of their games, all their 3. So I do have to tip Hawthorn to win this one, and I think they will get the win and go 4-0. I'm predicting the margin to be 4 points, and I'm ranking this game an 86. Now looking at the last Saturday night game, and this one is interesting because this was meant to be an opening round game, but then it did get moved. It was moved due to the cyclone that happened, but yeah, now we are here and it's going to be played. It's the prelim final rematch. So yeah, let's have a look. It's between Brisbane and Geelong playing at the Gabba, and this one, I said from the start, is going to be a great game to watch. Starting with Geelong, and I thought that they would get the job done. I thought they would get the win against the Saints after what they showed against Freo by smashing them, but I was just proven completely wrong, and yeah, I don't know how that happened. As for the Brisbane Lions, they versed West Coast last week, the last game at the Gabba, and I thought they would smash them, but they only ended up winning by 19 points. They were behind for like most of the game, so I was just really concerned by that, but I guess they get the job done, and I guess that's all that matters. Now they face off each other, and where would this lead to? I don't know. I expect Brisbane to get over the line just because it's their home ground and they had their home domination, but the last time they played each other at home, Geelong got the win. I guess it was because it was the wet weather footy, but I mean, who knows, times could change. I'm definitely excited to watch this game, and yeah, I just want to see how this goes on. So for tipping this game, I'm gonna go with the favorites here. I mean, I was gonna tip them the same way as for opening round. Obviously things are different, but I would have probably still kept my tip anyways. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think Geelong will definitely pull off a fight. I think it will be a close game, but I think Brisbane will pull away with the win and get the job done. I think the margin will be 14 points, and yeah, I'm ranking this game a 90. Now looking down here to the last 2 games, and yeah, there's only 2 games on the Sunday, unlike the 3, and there are 2 byes. So Collingwood and Sydney have their bye, so they won't be playing this week. But look at the first game, and I reckon this is going to be huge. I see the one-sided tipping, but I do see some fight in this one, and I just want to see where both teams are at. And yeah, this is going to be good to watch. It's between Adelaide and North Melbourne, playing at the Adelaide Oval on the Sunday afternoon, and well, both of these teams have shown something. The Crows in the past 2 games have destroyed their opponents. I mean, they won their first game at the MCG since I think 2017 against the Bombers, winning by 61 points, and then they won their home game against the Saints by a pretty big margin as well. And I said this before, I think they are a chance to be Premiership contenders for this year. As for North Melbourne, I was disappointed by their round 1 game because I thought that was very winnable for them. But after winning their round 2 game against the Demons, they looked really promising, and who knows, this could be the start of something. I was just surprised at how they pulled off a big margin like that. They kicked a lot of goals in the last quarter. They just went crazy, and yeah, it's the North Melbourne that I haven't seen in quite some time. I guess that gets me excited for them. I mean, they haven't been in a good spot in the past few years already, and now they're showing signs of a rebuild that's progressing really well, I hope. But I guess this game will say something. And yeah, this will be a massive test for them. So I think for this game, in terms of tipping, this should be a simple one, but I do want to see some great effort from North. And yeah, who knows? They might. I don't know. They might, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, I can't not tip the Crows for this game. I mean, they looked really good in the past 2 games, and this is a game that I expect them not to drop. They just need this win, and I think they will get it done by 29 points, and I'm rating this game a 91. Now looking at the last game of the round, and yeah, what a way to end the round. This is like perfect for this round, and it's our first rivalry that we're having this year. I think it's the first one, but yeah, let's have a look at it. It's the derby. It's between West Coast and Fremantle, playing at Optus Stadium, and this will be the game to end a winless streak for the season. Both teams have been very disappointing this season, but yeah, let's get started with West Coast. I mean, they got smashed in round 1 at home against Gold Coast. They were no chance for that game, and then they did show some promise in their last game, but they did fall short of that one. And as for Fremantle, they also got smashed first game, understandably. I mean, against Geelong, in Geelong, it was always going to be hard. But then they lose by 3 points against Sydney. Very stiff on them, but yeah, that's the situation. And now they face off each other, and yeah, the whole of Perth is going to be watching this. This is going to be huge. Really, yeah, I don't know what to think. This is going to be huge. Both teams have to kickstart this season somehow, and this is the game for both of these teams. I mean, Fremantle look more of a chance to make finals than compared to West Coast, but we did see West Coast pull off a win in not the last derby, but the one before, in an upset. It is a West Coast home game, so they will have more of their fans there. So they do have a big chance. They could pull off an upset like they did before, or Fremantle might just go away with it and get the win. What I can say though, it will probably be a close one, and this tip will be one hard one to tip. So for that, I can see both of these teams winning, of course. It is a derby. It's the biggest game of the year. They play twice, but I think for this first one, I am going to give it to Fremantle. I think they will finally break the hoodoo of the season, get a win, and just get themselves started. They need one. I think it will be a close game for sure, but Fremantle need a win. And I'm predicting them to win by 12 points, and I'm ranking this game a 95. And just like that, that is my round 3 tips done and dusted. What a round this is going to be. This is going to be huge. Don't know what to think of these tips, but they will do, and I reckon will be a close one. I think I'll get some wrong, which is okay, but I want to see a good round of footy. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.